For 2025, our dream is to be able to compete in the upper echelon of parking lot racing with whatever vehicle we have on hand. Looking at the competition, the platform to beat is the Honda Civic hatchback. The top players currently run B20 VTEC engines, which we estimate to have at least 200 wheel horsepower and likely strip their vehicles to below 900 kilograms in weight. We have no desire to acquire a Civic just to be like the others. Plus, we have a perfectly functional and sorted race car in our possession, our ragtag Toyota Corolla with a stock 1NZ engine. We studied the car intently to see its suitability for the slalom races against the top-tier Hondas. We noticed that the chassis is roughly the same weight as the hatchbacks and had a shorter wheelbase at 97 inches. The McPherson suspension of the E100 chassis is known to have strong understeering characteristics, leaving much to be desired compared to the short-long arm type that the Hondas have. We, however, have addressed most of the suspension stuff already, with a few more things to do once we get the car running again. We will perhaps cover it in a future video. The major deficit against our competition is the lack of power. While we can probably develop the 1NZ to have insane high RPM power, it might be very expensive to do so with the parts required, and it may be an engine that may not last us that long. Interestingly, the cheaper way for more power lies in turbocharging. In the last video, we showed you the turbo and manifold installed in our car. The majority of parts were not yet available at the time, but now we believe that we were able to collate almost all of the parts that we need to get this vehicle turbocharged. We will show you those parts a bit later on in the video, but for now, let us tell you about the Toyota Vitz RS Turbo, a limited edition vehicle that was breathed on by TRD, or Toyota Racing Development. Their turbo kit added about 50% more horsepower to the 1NZ engine, turning the Vitz into a veritable pocket rocket. We came across a catalog of the TRD turbo kit, detailing the changes made to the standard 1NZ. Aside from the turbocharger, intercooler, and relevant ancillaries, the kit involved replacing fuel injectors and clutch cover from the Celica 2 ZZ-GE engine. For tuning, TRD replaced the ECU completely with one featuring its custom tune to accommodate boost. We were lucky to have been able to acquire the correct TRD ECU recently. This will allow us to turbocharge the car without need of further engine management calibration.
Okay, so within these two shelf levels lies the majority of parts that is needed to make our engine very close to TRD turbo specs. Okay, some of these parts I had lying on hand already, and some I had to acquire, but I think this should be more than enough. Let's first talk about intake. So not all of these silicone couplers will be using for the setup. It's just a collection here that I've gathered, checking what would work for our setup. Nothing is finalized yet, but yeah, at least definitely when you're doing a custom turbo setup, when you have to think about your intake and charge piping, you need to link them all together with the various assortments of reducers, elbows, and straight sections that could comprise this setup over here that you can see. And random aluminum pipe section, hose clamps, an original blow-off valve, diverter valve for an Evo 4, Lancer Evo 4. So we've upgraded our blow-off valve in our Project Coupe all-wheel drive, and this is the stock item that we've retained. So this is good for low boost. On high boost, this thing tends to leak. So for 10 psi probably, this should be more than enough. And it can be coupled in the intake system with this T section of silicone pipe here. Okay, this is a 2.5 inch pipe that serves as the adapter for the mass airflow meter. Okay, this is basically the original airflow meter for the Vios engine, 1NZ engine. I didn't bother looking for an equivalent TRD unit because the airflow meter is the same for turbo and non-turbo version. Okay, but what would really make the engine perform is this specialized ECU over here. So this is an original 1NZ FET. This became available, so I just had to acquire it instead of rewiring the car to make sure it will work with a standalone ECU, and I have to have it calibrated and tuned and whatnot. I think this is a more interesting and easier solution to our tuning issue. Obviously, the entire wiring harness is unchanged. It's a plug-and-play affair. This is the stock 1NZ ECU that we have acquired. It is a manual ECU. Pinouts are the same as this one. I'll show you here. Pinouts are the same. So we were able to get the ECU that is appropriate for the harness that we are using and the generation of 1NZ that we're using. So this is like the first gen 1NZ with the cable type throttle. So we got the matching ECU, and this is a turbo ECU. The only major change that needs to be done in order for this ECU to run the 1NZ engine is fuel injectors. So these are fuel injectors. These are fuel injectors for a 2ZZGE. These are 330 cc's. So this ECU and this set of injectors, the car will run even naturally aspirated, no problem. No need to convert, no need to change fuel pumps and whatnot. Maybe we'll need to adjust our fuel pressure regulator. TRD turbo setup is originally intercooled, but we cannot put an intercooler on the engine, on the top of the engine, because there's no space. The Toyota Corolla hood is obviously not as high up in relation to the ground as the Vitz and the Yaris and whatnot. So there's no space for a top mount intercooler, and the front mount intercooler, it's a hassle to create all that piping to go to the front. So what we thought is to acquire this water to air intercooler, barrel type water to air intercooler. So water comes in and out of these ports, and then charged air comes in and out of these sections. 2.5 inch inlet and outlet. Okay, not pictured here is the radiator that we're going to use, and what hasn't arrived yet is the intercooler pump that we're gonna use to pump in the water that's needed. We also have a reservoir for the water already acquired, so it's already here. So we just need the intercooler pump. I already had pre-made some oil lines, oil drain. These are the components for the oil drain for the turbo that we're using. And this is the oil feed line. It's already pre-prepped for installation onto the engine. We have to drill a part of the block, a hole in the side of the upper crankcase, I think, so that we could put this fitting, and that's where all the oil from the turbo will drain out of. Okay, and then we have a choice of air filters. I don't know what we'll use. This is the old one that we are currently using. It's still in good condition, and just in case we need a different fitting or a fitment to the intake filter, so we have an additional copy. It's not an original filter. And finally, to truly convert this into a TRD spec engine is to use a kind of a TRD spec transmission. The TRD Yaris, the Turbo Yaris, and the Turbo Vitz uses a C56 transmission with an LSD. We're using a C52, which has a slightly taller final drive. Since this is turbo, a slightly taller final drive than the normal C56 should be better for us. And we're just gonna put a helical LSD. This is an OEM piece. It's not Cusco. It's not a Cusco piece. It's just an OEM LSD. Sums up the collection of parts that we have here to fit onto our project Corolla. The parts not mentioned here is, of course, there has to be a downpipe that has to be fabricated. That one, and I think it's possible to do it here. But the harder part is to install this LSD over here into the transmission. So we have to bring down the transmission again. Install the LSD. And yes, and when we reinstall the transmission, we already put in a 1NZ spec clutch disc. We put in an 1NZ spec pressure plate and clutch disc set. What I realized by looking at the TRD catalog, the OEM pressure plate or clutch cover that they use came from the Celica 2ZZ GE engine. So we were unable to acquire that. I wasn't aware that that is an upgrade part. But I think for now, the clutch setup that we have fitted is I guess it has to do. It will have to do. We're not after super duper horsepower anyway. Whatever the stock wastegate would give us, that's the power that we're going to use. Of course, not pictured here is the turbo manifold and the turbo itself, which we already featured in the previous video. But besides those things, these are the parts that we are going to use to get our Corolla rally car turbocharged.